6:30 a.m. on this Monday, September 23rd. I'm Michael Gargiulo.
I'm Darlene Rodriguez. Adelle Caballero is here. She's going to get us through those street closures. Yes. UN happening today, and Maria LaRosa is looking at the weather.
Yeah, I think I have an easier go of it weather-wise because it's pretty quiet right now, and actually some sun is trying to peek out from clouds that are trying to take over, but so far so good with visibility. As you can see, the Governor Mario and Cuomo Bridge, you can see it, so that's a good start. We've got some low clouds out there, but definitely keeping an eye to the west where you see all that green on the radar, seeing if some of those showers clip our area as this all pushes off to the east today. 61 right now at Central Park, 55 in Islip, 57 in Bridgeport. You can see some of those clearer skies. That's why we're getting the brightness there off to the east. But again, generally gray today, and with a spotty shower chance, you may want to tuck that umbrella in just in case. If anything, it's going to be pretty light and pretty brief. Temperatures holding into the 60s today. Our high today just 69 degrees. By 10 o'clock, stays gray and stays right into the low to mid 60s. All right, 6:30 now. A lot of closures. Adele, what's the latest?
Yes, a lot to say the least. As we mentioned, President Biden is arriving today. Other dignitaries are also expected to arrive. We're going to be seeing lots of intermittent full closures all throughout Manhattan, anywhere from downtown heading up through Midtown. Your best bet is definitely to stick to mass transit today, just to cover some of the areas. 34th to 63rd, FDR Drive out to 8th Avenue. Driving is not recommended. On top of that, LIE westbound heading into the Grand Central Parkway, you've got a crash taking out a couple lanes. Darlene, back to you.
Adele, thanks so much. 6:30 right now. Maria LaRosa is taking a look at the school bus. We're going to wake up the little darlings.
Get those little cutie pies up as you think about what they're going to face for today. Let's open up the lockers. I think a jacket, if you can get it on them, would be a good idea. But through the day, you can see generally gray skies. It should be dry for their recess. However, by midweek, that may be a different story. So tracking our next good chance at rainfall coming up in the 10-day.
Thanks so much, Maria. Also ahead, the final mass.
On 280 eastbound, this is heading into exit 5. Coming up in just a few minutes, we've got lots of street closures to get through, but we're going to take a live look outside right now onto the Belt Parkway. Darlene, Michael, we've got westbound delays into Lefferts Boulevard.
Thanks so much. And you
Well, yeah, now let's hold on. There were a couple of things we got to clean up.
Take it easy.
Take it easy, but we're happy the Giants got their win.
We're very happy. Yeah, we're doing all right at the sports right now, the sports ball. We've got right now cotton candy skies, and we're doing all right weather-wise if you're heading out the door. No major travel impacts here with what we've got, not just right now, but for today. So you can see the clouds. We're at 60 degrees at Central Park. Dew point's at 51, so it's still pretty dry. Northeast winds persistent, still about 5 to 10 miles per hour. But we are still talking about rain on the way, maybe some sprinkles today. I'll show you that in a second. But as we kind of added up this week, we're hoping for maybe 1/10 of an inch to 1/2 inch of rainfall. This will go a long way because places like Central Park are running almost a 3-inch deficit for the month as far as rainfall. So we definitely need it. Now, our models are showing hour by hour today, maybe some of these sprinkles. We've got some showers coming through western New York State and Pennsylvania right now, coming our way. So maybe just enough to dampen some driveways a bit. But if you forget the umbrella on your way out the door, I think you'll be okay. That may be a different story. They'll come Wednesday afternoon. This is a little bit better chance to see more widespread showers, some of that actually soaking into the ground. And that chance continues on into Thursday. So it's still our best hope this week of seeing some rainfall. On top of that, we have another round of coastal flood concerns today. I think this may be the last high tide cycle to see the higher than usual high tides for all coastal spots from the city, Long Island, Connecticut, and down the shore. And then we got to focus on the Atlantic, this area for further development, but more importantly, this one right here in the Western Caribbean. Over the next few days, models really want to spin this up in the Gulf of Mexico as something pretty significant here, so that by Wednesday, Thursday timeframe, we could be approaching Florida. We've got the 2 model views showing by Thursday night, pretty close to the Panhandle. So that is something we'll watch very, very closely the next few days. Otherwise, pretty quiet overall today, mainly gray, 69 degrees today. That's it. So on the cool side, and maybe a sprinkle or two. And should be dry overnight tonight, down to 58 degrees. And similar tomorrow on that, it's going to be mainly gray, mainly in the upper 60s. Chance of showers by Wednesday and Thursday. That should be just about it for this week. You can see the sun's back on Friday, so we're the 70s. And that takes us into the weekend and early next week. So another dry streak setting up. All right, 6:45. Adele, what are you keeping an eye on?
A lot right now. Let's start things off with our rails. Your southbound 1 trains, northbound 2 and 3 trains. You can expect to see delays. Morrison Essex line, you've got some service changes, and we're going to head outside here. 1st Avenue and 42nd Street. You can see the barricades are up. This is just one of many street closures already in effect. Expect to see full intermittent closures all throughout Manhattan today, specifically 34th Street out to 63rd, FDR Drive to 8th Avenue. But again, it's not just limited to these roadways. You're definitely urged to stick to mass transit instead. You've also got a crash on the LIE westbound over by exit 50. Darlene, back to you.
Thanks so much. Well, happening today.